but for Josh Petty, he has some ground to make up. It comes down to this. Zach Murphy, the current leader. Feinberg, Eisenberg tied for second. Everybody has one more opportunity, including Aaron Feinberg, the very experienced amateur.
He came out starting the same way he did in his first run, but he wasn't able to pull his monkey plant. And he also wasn't able to pull this, a Farfignugan grind, trying to torque his feet over, and he just slipped out.
And what's up with Roadhouse Spicer, 96 ASA Street Champion? Not here.
He was just cold all day, not able to pull off his tricks.
Spicer, disappointed to say the least. But his disappointment could be Josh Petty's glory. He needs an invitation to the X. He's got to finish in the top 3 to get there. Currently 6th.
And starting off creatively, nice 180, and he started on top of the wall ride. That's the first person today that's done that.
Pyramid the 360 with a grab. Nice.
If you look very closely at tricks like that, Josh always puts 2 tricks into everything. He actually did a double grab in that 360.
Eisenberg and Edwards appreciate the effort.
There he goes again. He grabs his feet, does a little air, grabbing his feet, and then jumps up onto the rail. It happens so quickly, but I'll tell you, the judges definitely notice things like that.
They catch that for sure.
Absolutely. They're looking for those little finite points in everybody's run. Josh looked a little bit confused, like he didn't know which box he was going to go to.
So much available on this street course. 9 big money tricks we've seen so far. The solo grind, he's not going to get that, but the volume and creativity is going to pay off.
If you look at how he airs, he gets so much height, he waits, and at the last minute he turns 180. That's a late 180. And here, a Liu Kang grab and then a topside sole. He puts 2 tricks together so easily.
Josh Petty currently first, a huge second run, 70.6, the mark to beat for the rest of the field. That almost will guarantee him a shot at the X Games this summer. Remember, he has to be top 3 to qualify. Zach Murphy now, first run 68.2, but Petty has now set the mark to beat. Remember, we throw out the worst score.
And Webby with a very creative beginning, once again starting on a different box. Always trying to give the judges something new to look for.
Speed, pyramid, and the grind down the self-imposed park bench.
Oh, nice combination of tricks. That was a topside wheelbarrow to fast plant to Unity. 3 tricks all put into 1.
Back to the starting area. All the guys making a little bit of room for Zach. Coming out with a lot of speed. Oh!
Going for the big air, trying to disaster onto the rail.
No penalty for taking time in between. You got to catch your breath someplace.
Nice creative use of that bench with the mono roll.
He's the only one who's actually chosen to bring an extra piece of equipment to put out in the street course today.
He started off reaching behind him, grabbing his foot, and just accenting his move. And there, the rotation to a Unity grind, that is so technically difficult. And here's the big trick he was talking about before his run. He was going to go for something big, but he didn't pull it.
Zach Murphy does no harm for himself. Still currently second spot, even with a 0.2 of a point less run. Chris Edwards, one of the strongest guys on the tour, but not always strong when it comes to confidence.
Sometimes you just start skating, you don't feel like you're doing anything. It's like I felt like no matter what I did, it wasn't enough to impress the judges anymore. It wasn't enough to make anyone like get excited. There were so many other guys coming in, and you know, it wasn't necessarily like an ego thing. It was a weird thing to experience.
It's your first company picnic.
Nice tie, sir.
Time to advance the old career.
Night, Daddy.
I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you.
It's all within your reach.
Games trials are brought to you by AT&T. It's all within your reach. By Mountain Dew, who reminds you to do the do. And by Keystone Light, America's never bitter beer.
Inside the Rhode Island Convention Center, one final shot to walk away with a victory. Arlo Eisenberg, street champion at the 96 X Games, currently tied for third. And the man he is chasing, and everyone's chasing for that matter, Josh Petty. Yes, you are in first place, Josh. It's a good spot for him, a rare spot. He's never won a professional competition. Eisenberg, second and final run.
And off to a pretty poor start, trying to do a topside soul grind. And he didn't stick it. He's coming back for seconds. Oh, and he's 0 for 2.
And what is wrong for Arlo Eisenberg?
Is he going back for thirds?
Wasting a lot of time on the clock. Bypasses, goes for the sub.
And there's a 360. It's about 20 seconds into his run, and he's pulled off 1 out of 4 tricks.
This is not the Arlo we all know, and Josh Petty skates with him often enough to know that his mentor is not turning in a stellar performance.
Arlo's not one to give up, but he is a veteran to competition, and he does understand the format very well. And, you know, he's really got nothing to lose. He had a lot to gain by having a better run, but as soon as he began his run, it wasn't getting any better.
Right.
So,
a couple of tricks off the bat, misses them. That's the biggest problem.
and here's how he started. He went for the soul grind, fell off the rail. It's hard to get mentally back into it. Here, I mean, he just pulled his feet too high and got his head too low. And there, the alley-oop Macchio, just leaning forward too much.
Eisenberg will hang out of that #1 run score. That's going to keep him tied for third right now. The last man to have a shot at Josh Petty, Chris Edwards, tied for 8th right now. Watch him to be quick out of the box.
Look at the power this guy skates with. Beautiful 540. Reaching around and poking his leg out.
3 cheers from the crowd as well as the current leader. 360 over the pyramid.
Followed by a 540. Very creative off the transition there. And right into a soul grind. He's linking tricks back to back very clean.
We are seeing a distinctively different style between Chris Edwards on the floor now, over the pyramid, and our current leader, Josh Petty. Petty, the technical skater. Edwards, go big and take a lot of speed.
Even on his grinds, they're just quick and they're basic. He does a soul grind, he does a soul grind. You don't see variations into the soul grind or any of his other grinds at all.
Petty posted a score 70+. Edwards trying to make the mark. He'll head back up to the start area. Probably come charging out of the blocks again.
Yeah, you can bet he's going to try something
different.
There's a soul grind for you.
Great. That's going to wrap it for Chris Edwards. Is it enough, though? Wonderful run using a lot of the course.
His first trick was his strongest trick of the run, the 540. And here was the backslide, going for the technical grind, but not really sticking it, and the soul grind didn't take it all the way to the bottom.
For Chris Edwards, not going to be good enough. 65.4, 8th spot for him. But for Josh Petty, the first ever professional win. And congrats from the master, Arlo Eisenberg, who finishes 4th here in Providence, Rhode Island. But the master will get to meet the young gun again come Disney World in just a few weeks. But today, it was technical excellence for Josh Petty, combined with a flash of style.
Josh, you barely squeaked into the finals. You came out here and you won. What was going through your mind this morning?
I thought I lost. I was hoping I'd get 8th place, maybe.
When you took your second run, did you know that you had had a really good run?
Actually, I thought my first run was kind of bad, and I wanted to change it up, so, like, do different tricks so the judges could see I could do both, like 2 different things. and like go a little bit bigger because that's what everybody else is doing. And I guess it paid off.
For Arlo Eisenberg, not a lot of disappointment for a good start, but a shaky finish.
In practice yesterday, I sort of got a line that I liked a lot and worked for me yesterday. And I tried a couple variations on it in the preliminaries. And today I knew which one I liked and which one I thought the judges liked and what felt the best. And so I went out there and tried to do it. And in my first run, I was real fortunate. I pulled everything I wanted to pull, was real happy with the first run. So I thought, screw it, I'll try. Sort of reminiscent of the X Games last year. First run was really good. Second run, I thought, well, I'll try something, and it didn't work.
Rhode Island's Convention Center, double the pleasure for Josh Petty, a winner and an invitation to San Diego for the X. Same thing goes for Zach Murphy. And in his first ever professional event, he's invited to the 97 Summer X Games. Aaron Feinberg. Our tour moves next to Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Congratulations to the winners. For Mark Shays, I'm Doug Dunbar. We'll see you next time.